Algebra review, simplifying expressions. So in algebra, we'll often be asked to simplify by adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing. There's different rules for adding and subtracting than there are for multiplying and dividing. Adding and subtracting, really, we're just counting how many of each type of thing we have. How many of each different type? We know the rule, we can only add or subtract like terms. And that's what I mean by different types. Have a look down here. 4a plus 5a plus 3. I don't know what a is. Maybe it's antelopes, maybe it's apples. I don't know. But I've got 4 of whatever they are, and 5 of whatever they are, and I've just got 3 on its own. I can add together the A's, but the 3 isn't an A. Whatever the A is, maybe it's an apple, that 3 is just on its own. So when we learn about algebra, we've got these like terms. Like terms are things with the same pronumerals, and so pronumerals, you remember, the letter part, and the same powers of the pronumerals. Powers, remember, are indices, the little numbers afterwards. Remember, the numbers out the front are coefficients, and they're just saying how many of the letter I've got. 3x means I've got 3 lots of x. If there's no number in front of the x, remember, there's an invisible 1. So x means 1 lot of x. When we're adding and subtracting, we can only add or subtract identical things, things of the same type. 3x and 1x have like terms because we're counting the same thing. This is 3 lots of x, this is 1 lot of x. If I added them together, I'd have 4 lots of x. But x squared has a different power of the pronumeral. This is 1 lot of x squared. That's something else. The power of the pronumeral is different. They're not like terms. These two are like terms. Same pronumerals, same powers of the pronumerals. Look for the like terms in this set. There's an x here and there's an x here, but this is saying 3 lots of yx. This is just saying 2 lots of x. I don't know what yx is, but I know it's different to x. I don't know what x is, but I know it's different to y. X and y aren't the same. Y and yx aren't the same. But xy and yx, we're trying to be tricky. It's the same pronumerals, x and y, and the same powers, no powers. X, y, and yx are the same thing because the order doesn't matter. So these two are our like terms in this set. Here I've got 3 lots of yx and I'm losing 2 lots of yx. I would, if I put those together, be left with only 1 lot of yx. But I haven't asked us to do that yet, we're just identifying like terms. This is trying to trick us because we've got x and y in all of them, but here x has the power 2, here y has the power 2. These are not like terms because the powers of the pronumerals are different. The x should have the squared to match that. Here, the x has the squared and the y doesn't have any other power. These two are our like terms. They're the same things. I've got 3 lots of x squared y and another lot of x squared y, This can't get counted with these two. And here I've got some constants, that is, numbers without letters. We have a look at the pronumerals, x and y. There's nothing that matches with same pronumerals, but having no pronumeral counts. 3 and -5, we could add or subtract those. I could do 3 plus -5, or I could do 3 minus 5. Normal numbers are also like terms with each other. So don't get too stressed about adding and subtracting. You're just working out how many of each different type we've got. Adding and subtracting. First up, identify like terms. I find it helps to circle or underline. And then, how many of each like term do we have all up? And honestly, it helps to circle. I still circle. Simplify 4a plus 5a plus 3. Look for our like terms. A and A. 4a plus 5a. I don't know what a is, but I've got 4 of them and I've got 5 of them. I know equals, I've got 9a. And then the plus 3 is just hanging out on its own. I just put that in on the end. I can't combine those because this is counting a's, whatever they are, and this is just numbers. I've got 9 a's and I've got an extra 3 numbers. This one, identify the like terms. I've got an x, a y, oh, I've got x's and y's. I've got 2 different types of things. I've got x's, and notice how I circle the plus that comes before it, because I've got 3x plus 5x. I've got 2y minus 3y. Then just work out how many of each different type I've got. The x's, I've got 3x's plus 5x's. I've got 8x's. The y's, I've got 2 y's, but I took away 3 y's. To take away 3 is minus 1. I've got minus 1y. And remember, you don't need to have that 1. I could have just written 8x minus y. If I wasn't really sure about to take away 3 of something, ignore the letters and you can just do, I've got 2 of something and I want to take away 3 of something, I've got minus 1 of that thing. So adding and subtracting with like terms, just find out the things that match and work out how many of each different type we've ended up with.